the Western classical plays and opera. But first, let's talk about the history of the theatrical forms and their evolution. It says here that theater began from myth, ritual, and ceremony. So, early society perceived connections between actions performed by groups of people or leaders to a certain society, and this action moved from habit to tradition, to ritual, to ceremony due to human desire and need for entertainment. The repeated rehearsals, performances, and creation of different actions broke the ground for theater. So theater means it is the place of seeing. So first, ancient theater. Greek theater or European theater began in ancient Greece. It began around 700 BC with festivals honoring their many gods. One god, Dionysus, with a religious festival called the Cult of Dionysus, to honor Dionysus, the god of wine and fertility. And the theater of ancient Greece consisted of three types of drama. The first one is tragedy, comedy, and the satyr play. Tragedy is a compound of two Greek words. First is the tragos or ghost, and ode, meaning a song. Thespis was the first actor and introduced the use of mask and was called the father of tragedy. Next is comedy plays, were derived from imitation. There were no traces of their origin. Satire play. It contains comic elements to lighten the overall mood or a serious play with a happy ending. Next one is the medieval theater. It started from 500 CE to 1400. So during the medieval era, theater performances were not allowed throughout Europe. But to keep the theater alive, minstrels, though denounced by the church, perform in markets, public places, and festival. So the third one is the Renaissance theater. So it started from 1400 to 1600. So Renaissance theater arts were characterized by a return of classical Greek and Roman arts and culture. During Middle Ages, mystery plays formed a part of religious festivals in England and other parts of Europe during the Renaissance period. Next is the Baroque theater. It is started from 1600 to 1750. So the theater of the Baroque period is marked by the use of technology in current Broadways or commercial plays. The theater crew uses machines for special effects and scene changes which may be changed in a matter of seconds with the use of ropes and pulleys. So next is the neoclassical theater. It started from 1800 to 1900. The neoclassical period was a movement where the styles of Roman and Greek societies influenced the theater arts. So this period officially established just two types of plays, one tragedy and two comedy. They never mixed these together, and the restriction led to the use of the now well-known pair of happy and sad masks that symbolizes the theatrical arts. Tragedies portrayed the complex and faithful lives of the upper classes and royals, while comedies, which were either public discourse or comedies of manners, tended to focus on the lower ranks of society. So observance to these genres was critical to a play's success. Three playwrights achieved a significant amount of success. Pierre Corneille was often called the father of the French tragedy, writing scripts for more than 4 decades. One of these was The Cid. Jean-Baptiste Poquelin, better known as Molière, was known for his comedies. Tartuffe and the Misanthrope was one of his works. Jean Racine was a tragedian beloved for his simple approach to action and the linguistic rhythms and effects of he achieved. Andromache and Phaedra was one of his scripts. So these men were able to take elements from classical Greek and Roman literature and transform them into plays. Trivia about the neoclassical theater. The first spotlight was used in the US during this period and was called the Limelight. Also, the Theater Regulation Act of 1843 banned drinking in legitimate theaters. Many tavern owners took advantage of this situation and renovated their establishments to accommodate live performances. So next is the Romantic Theater. It started from 1800 to 2000. So Romantic playwrights during Romantic period, melodrama and operas became the most popular theatrical forms. So melodrama originated from the French word melodram, which is derived from Greek melos, means music, and French drum, which is derived from Greek dran, to perform. Also, the Romantic composer is Georges Bizet, was born on October 25, 1838 and died June 3, 1875 in Paris. Bizet was the only child of Adolphe Armand Bizet, and formerly a hairdresser and later became a singer and composer, and Aimee Marie Louise Leopoldine Josephine del Sarthe, a pianist. Bizet entered the Paris Conservatory of Music a fortnight before his 10th birthday. His first symphony is the Symphony in C major, was written when he was 17 years old, and the symphony had an amazing stylistic resemblance to the music of Franz Schubert. But of course, here in the Philippines, we have also a famous Filipino playwright. The first one is Francisco Balagtas y de la Cruz. Francisco Balagtas y de la Cruz was born on April 2, 1788 in Panginay, Bigaa, Bulacan, and died on February 20, 1862 of pneumonia. He was also known as Francisco Baltasar. His best-known work is the Florante at Laura. Severino R. Reyes, a playwright, he also the father of the Tagalog Zarzuela, the son of Rufino Reyes and Andrea Rivera. Reyes was born in Santa Cruz, Manila on February 11, 1861. He studied at San Juan de Latran College and later at the University of Santo Tomas, where he studied philosophy. A Filipino writer, dramatist, and playwright, Reyes was highly acclaimed as one of the giants of the Tagalog literature. On June 14, 1902, the company staged his play Walang Sugat or No Ones, drama set against the historical events in Bulacan during the Philippine Revolution. The third one is Dr. Ricardo G. Abad, a director, born in Manila on August 10, 1946 of parents from Cavite and Camiguin. Graduated at the Ateneo de Manila, after which he obtained a Fulbright grant to finish a doctorate in sociology at Fordham University in New York. Full-time faculty, Department of Sociology and Anthropology. Artistic Director, Tanghalang Ateneo Metrobank Network of Outstanding Teachers Pathways, Ateneo de Manila, University Role Player, Theater for Life Social Weather Stations. Theater Guild, many of his theater productions were classics of Western drama, but in terms of a Filipino and Asian sensibility, like Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. And lastly is Salvador F. Bernal, the father of theater design in the Philippines, born in 1945 to a family that ran a turner shop. He was the first to develop theater design as a profession and elevate it into an art form. Studied at Ateneo de Manila and at Northwestern University, Evanston, Illinois, USA practiced and handled courses in the art and craft of theater design.